Hello and welcome. This is Freewill Tarot. This reading is going to be for the sign of Pisces. Hello Pisces, and thank you for being here with me. You have 3 messages from Spirit. I'm just going to get right into your reading, okay? 3 messages you have are awakening. So some of you are going through a spiritual awakening at this time. Some of you are aware of that. Some of you are not aware of that, okay? So I'm going to read this to you if I can pick them up. Okay, you have awakening. It says, you are stepping into a higher awareness, Pisces. A deep spiritual awakening is unfolding. Spend time in reflection, meditation, and tune into your inner wisdom for new insights. You have also the High Priestess card here. High Priestess is the card talking about using your intuition and your higher mind for your guidance, okay? Your guidance at this time. You have Euphoria. It says pure joy raises your frequency. So if some of you have been down or arguing, which I have seen some of you have been arguing or disagreeing with someone or people. It says Euphoria, pure joy raises your frequency. Your happiness is a powerful magnetic abundance. Engage in activities that make your heart feel alive, okay? Choose joy over discord, over overthinking, okay, Pisces? It says also you have allowance, not the money allowance, like being open to let Spirit and God help you or show you the way, okay? It says when you let go of resistance, abundance flows freely into your life. Release the need for control. Trust that what is meant for you is already on its way. So you need you to have faith and trust in Spirit, and to know that even the things that you're facing right now, you know, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in your career, you know, maybe it's a sense of lack that you're not getting a lot, maybe in a relationship or in your career life, right? You're not getting enough. Don't let that deter you because it's not happening yet. You need to stay in a mindset, in an energy of knowing that it's coming, believing that it's coming, okay? Because it is. Some of you are arguing in a relationship because you have the intimacy card here. And it says intimacy, deep emotional connections is built on trust and openness, okay? True openness is a gift. So they want you to be open, okay? Be present with loved ones today. Share a moment of genuine emotional connection. Be honest. Be honest. Don't worry about what the other person's going to say, what they're going to think. They need you to be honest for you, okay? Even if that person don't get what you're saying, even if they disagree with what you're saying, whatever it is you have to say it from the heart, okay, Pisces? Because Pisces, you know, y'all have a unique gift for having spiritual gifts and psychic gifts, right? That's why you feel things so deeply. You're so in tune. You can pick up on other people's energies and how they feel very in depth in your emotions. Use that to your ability. Don't let it become a weakness. Use it to your ability, right? Let's get right in. I'm gonna say some of you, like I said, is going through a spiritual awakening, and it kind of has been had its ups and downs in it, you know, emotionally. And for others of you, I feel like this is in your relationship sector of your life, because I feel like it's either a marriage or a relationship that has been built up over time. And I feel like y'all had some kind of disagreements or argument or some kind of sense of a lack when it came to it, right? Something was out of balance possibly for some of you. And you could have, I do see where you have been kind of maybe arguing or disagreeing here. And that's for the relationship. Some of you are not in a relationship, for the spiritual awakening, it's like your shadow self, right? Something that you're trying to change about yourself or deal with something about yourself. It's kind of been, you maybe been getting provoked or something, and you might feel like you promised yourself something and it didn't go that way or something, and you kind of retreated back. Don't beat yourself up about that. Keep going. Nobody's perfect if that's the case, okay? You have anxiety. It's something here you guys are really, really worried about. You're really thinking about here, okay? You said it's anxiety. It says fear, shame, regret may be spiraling, but not everything you imagined is real. So again, the Nine of Swords, if you don't know anything about Nine of Swords, it's like someone that stays up all night going over and over a certain situation over and over again in their head. And they're thinking the worst possible outcome of what could happen based on what was said or what did happen, right? And they're still going back over and over like it's going to be even worse now because of that. But that's not true. That's fear-based. That's just you thinking it. What Spirit needs you to do right now, if you are experiencing this, Pisces, is to have strength here. They need you to go inward. Remember I told you have spiritual gifts, right? And they need you to have strength through this, right? It says solitude. Seek inner guidance through introspection and solitude. A season of spiritual growth is ahead. Again, like I said, some of you ain't aware, but you're going through a spiritual awakening. So what you could be facing, whatever the struggle is or this disagreement it is, you could be feeling with other people, even possibly, it's really just a spiritual awakening to show you certain things, maybe even show you certain patterns about yourself and show you different things to get you aligned to a different path, right? Now, one thing I do want, and I do really feel like for some of you, it is in a relationship sector, and Spirit wants you to have strength and use your intuition. You have a very strong intuition, like I said, almost psychic abilities. You can feel people's feelings very strongly, Pisces, which is an incredible gift. Just try not to don't swim deep in the water and swim away in them, okay? Because y'all can do that too. Bickering, okay? Difficulty cooperating with others leads to project delays, okay? Unmet goals create frustrations. Unskilled disunity. So some of you could be either, like I said, in a relationship and things are, y'all are disagreeing or you're arguing, things are not really going well. Or if it's not a relationship, you're just arguing with other people, and it could be people in your family, because I got the 10 here. Or it could be people you work with or had a partnership with, and y'all are not cooperating well together, or y'all having some disagreements here. Okay. But Spirit also is telling you, if that is the case, in any one of those cases, because it can be the same, all the way around, right? It says cooperation. A desire for peace emerges, but you are sacrificing your own needs to avoid conflict. And that's a question. So they're telling you, do not sacrifice yourself just to give in to a person or just to make peace, right? Sometimes, yeah, we want peace, but it needs to be a balance, Pisces. You don't need to always give of yourself. You don't always need to be the one to do that, especially if you're the one being wronged, because you got the Five of Pentacles here twice. The Five of Pentacles talks about either financial lack or feeling isolated or left out in the cold, not seeing for the gifts and the person and the value that you have, okay? And if some of that is in a relationship, and some of that could be in a partnership. Don't have to be a relationship. Could just be a partnership where you're working with someone, collaborating with someone, in any kind of feel like that. But it's like you're not being seen. You're not getting balance and fair and again, that could be in a marriage, that could be in a partnership, that could be in a working situation, a family situation, it can be in anything, okay? And they don't want you just to make peace. You always say, oh, okay, quickly deal with the apology, quickly be the one to, do that. Not this time, because it needs to be balanced. They really want this to be balanced. You have the generosity card, even. And they're saying maybe you're trying to control a situation by always just immersing yourself to make peace. They want you to walk away from something here. That's going to be different for all of you because you're in a period of transition. They need you to come up with new ideas. Let's say if you were making a project, or even if you are in a relationship or a partnership, don't matter. It says new ideas here. Okay, it says expect a breakthrough where it comes to justice, communication, or new truths are revealed. Okay, so you're going to get clarity here. You're going to get something that comes to you and new ideas that come to you where it is a way for everything to be balanced and for everybody involved. Okay, you don't have to always be the one to make peace. You don't always have to be the one to accept the apology either. Okay, you don't have to, Pisces. But they do want you to walk away from worrying about something or overanalyzing something. You got the Nine of Swords here twice. So some of you are having a lot of anxiety and fear and doubt and worry about something. And a lot of you it's a relationship. Some of you it's about money. And some of you about some kind of partnership. Okay? You're going through a transition. What I mean by transition is y'all need to walk away from something. Now, it could be a way that you're overanalyzing something, overthinking something, or the way that you keep accepting things that don't serve you anymore. And you know what that is personally for each and every one of you. You know what don't serve you anymore. Go within, listen to your inner self, your inner gut telling you something that's not right, not fair. Just because you want to make peace with it don't mean you should run and just accept it. I'm not telling you to stay arguing. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign person too, a person that you could be manipulative or controlling. Not saying that all fire signs, that's just showing what showed up in your reading, okay? It is a fire sign is a, man, my brain got froze. That is an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius person some of you could be dealing with, right? And they're just saying that, you know, for some of you that's dealing with that person, they need you to stand your ground and they need you to go within and they need you to look at a certain behavior or a certain thing that you need to walk away from. I'm not saying you need to walk away from this person. If you feel like that's what you need to do, trust yourself, that's what you need to do. But it could be the way that you just easily accept, even though you know you're not getting what you deserve, but just because you want to keep this person or make them happy, you run and try to accept it. You accept the apology or you're quick to try to make peace. This time I don't need you to do that. Spirit doesn't want you to do that, okay? And they want you to drop the fear and anxiety also, okay? And stand in your truth and listen to your higher self, okay, Pisces? This is what I have for you. I hope this helped and have a great, great 2026, I guess. That's where you are, right? It's going to be. It's going to be. And it's going to be for you. That's why you're here. Love you, baby. Bye.